Good morning, class. So, today we are going to discuss chapter number 5 of class 7th, Lines and Angles. So, first of all, we will discuss what are lines. Now, see, line segment. Line segment has two endpoints. Suppose this is a line and these are two endpoints P and Q. We have already given that P and Q are their two endpoints. So, a line segment can be written as PQ and a line. This is the symbol of a line segment, PQ. Okay, so what is a line segment? When the lines stop at two different points, P and Q are their stopping points. Okay, so when in a line you have two endpoints, then that line is called a line segment. And now what is a line? Line is when you have no endpoints. As here you have P and Q are two stopping points. Okay, you cannot extend a line from Q and from P. But here you can extend your line. See, this is a line. This is a line. Okay, if you want a more bigger line, you can extend from here and extend from here. Okay, so this is a line when you don't have any two endpoints. Like this is an endpoint. Now you cannot extend from here. Okay, now see, this is an endpoint and now this is an endpoint. Now you cannot extend these 2 points further. This is a line segment. Okay, now this is A and B. But when you have a line which does not have any two endpoints, so this is the difference between line and a line segment. Now see, further, what we can do with the lines or a line segment. Now see, when we join two lines or a line segment, then our angle is formed. Now what is an angle? An angle is formed when lines or line segment meet together. See, here AB is a line segment and BC is a line segment. And AB and BC forms an angle ABC. You can write this angle as ABC. See, I have written ABC and this is the symbol of an angle. And if you want to find this angle, angle B, so you can write angle B as ABC. ABC. So this is your simple definition of angle. Now again, if you have this angle CDE, okay, and you have to find this angle. So how can you write angle D? You can write angle D as, this is the symbol, okay, and you can write D as CDE. That means you will consider D always in between the 2 points. This is a C and this is E. So you can write angle D as CDE. Okay, now one more. PQR. If you want to find this angle, so how can you write it? You can write, first write the symbol. Now PQR. So you can write PQR. Okay? Okay, so this is your definition of angles. Now see, here you have PQRS are two line segments and there are many angles formed between them. This and this. So total there are 4 angles. Okay, so you can write this angle as POS with the symbol of angle, angle POS. Now again, how can you write this angle? You can write this angle as SOQ. SOQ. Okay? And then angle ROQ. How can you write this angle? You can write this angle as ROQ. See, like this. Also, bache, you can write QOR. It's one of the same thing. You can also write ROQ as QOR. Understand? ROQ also you can write QOR because O is always in between the 2 points. Now again you can write this angle as POR. POR with the angle sign. So this is a definition of angles. Now next is complementary angles. Now what are complementary angles, bache? When the sum of measure of two angles is 90 degree, then the angles are called complementary angles. Now see, this angle ABC is equal to 60 degree and angle PQR is equal to 30 degree. And when you add the two angles, 60 plus 30, which is equal to 90 degree. Okay? So when the measure of two angles gives you 90 degree, then you can say that these two angles are complementary angles. Done? And but similarly, when your sum of two angles is 180 degree, here the sum of angles is the sum of measure of two angles is 180 degree. So the angles are called the supplementary angles. See, angle ABC is 30 degree and angle PQR is 150 degree. So 150 plus 30 is equals to 180. So when the sum of two angle is 180, you can say that these two angles are supplementary. And when the sum of two angles are 90 degree, you can say that these two angles are complementary angles. So this is the difference between complementary angles and supplementary angles. Now next is adjacent angles. Now bache, what are adjacent angles? A very interesting question. These angles are such that they have a common vertex. Now first tell me that what is a vertex? See, when you are having two line segments, so that point is a vertex. Okay, so here how many vertex are there? There are total 3 vertex, 1, 2 and 3. And bache, tell me which is the common vertex between the two arms. This is the common vertex now. What do you mean by common vertex? A vertex which comes in both the lines, this line also and that line also. So this is your common vertex. So the first criteria for adjacent angle is they have a common vertex. So see, this is a common vertex. Okay, and they have a common arm also. Common arm means, see this question. Here you are having 3 arms. Now you can check that this is the angle 1 and this is angle 2. And this is your common arm for both the angles, angle 1 and angle 2. For angle 1, this is also a arm, and for angle 2, this is also a common arm. Okay? And also they lie between the common vertex. This is a common vertex. So you can say that angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles. Why these are adjacent angles? Because they are having common arm also and common vertex also. Now bache, common arm means like when you are having see. Okay, now bache, see. Here are 3 houses, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so these 2 are opposite houses. These 2 are. Now you can see there are 3 houses, 1, 2 and 3. So this is 1, this is 2 and this is 3. Now you can see that house 1 and house 2 are adjacent to each other. Why these are adjacent to each other? Because they are having common arm. You can see now that one wall is shared by both 1 and second house. Both of them share the same arm. But house 1 and house 3 are opposite to each other because they don't have any common arm or any common vertex. They don't have any vertex or any common arm. Okay, I think now you understand more that why I can say that angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles. Why? Because they shared the same arm and a same point, which we call at a vertex. Okay, that's why these 2 are adjacent angles. Now similarly, if I have drawn one more angle here, so this is also an angle 3. Okay, now bache, can you tell me that are angle 1 and angle 3 are adjacent angles or not? Angle 1 and angle 3. Now you know that for adjacent angles, they must have common arm and common vertex. Now you can see bache, angle 1 and angle 3. See, in angle 1, you can check that angle 1 is this and angle 3 is this. Now bache, they share the same vertex. Right now? Yes, so they share the same vertex, but you can see that there is any common arm or not. No bache, they are having different arms. The arms of angle 1 are this and this, and the arms of angle 3 are this and this. So now you cannot say that angle 1 and angle 3 are adjacent angles. Okay, but bache, angle 2 and angle 3, they are adjacent angles. Why? Because they share the common vertex also and common arm also. Okay, because this is a common arm which make angle 2 also and angle 3 also. Done? Now we will discuss linear pairs. Now bache, linear pair. So now can you tell me what are pairs? Pair means combining any two things. When we combine together, we call it as a pair. So bache, a linear pair is a pair of adjacent angles. So that means linear pair is also an adjacent angle, but here one more criteria is used. And which is that criteria? Check. In linear pair, non-common sides are always opposite rays. This is one of the most important criteria for any pair to be a linear pair. And what is that criteria? That non-common sides are always opposite rays. You can see that angle 1 and angle 2. Now bache, you can see that angle 1 and angle 2, they are having same vertex? Yes. They are having common arm? Yes. That means angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles. But can you say that these are linear pair? Yes, these are linear pair. Why? Because of that additional criteria. And what is that criteria? That non-common sides are opposite rays. Non-common sides are opposite ray. So here, what are non-common sides? Non-common sides are, see, this is the common side, na? And the non-common side are this one and that one. and these are opposite to each other. One is going to the east direction and one is going to the west direction. Okay, so here you can say that angle 1 and angle 2 makes a linear pair. So this is the difference between adjacent angles and linear pair. Now see, here I have drawn a beautiful figure. This is angle 1 and this is angle 2. Okay, now angle 1 and angle 2 are having common arm AB, and they lie on the common vertex B, because vertex B is common. Done. So that means angle A and angle B are adjacent angles. But you can also say that angle 1 and angle 2 are linear pair, because the non-common arm BD and BC are opposite to each other. These are total opposite to each other. And bache, you know that whenever we are having opposite arms, then they always makes 180-degree angle. Got it? See, these are also opposite, so they also make 180-degree angle. So that means angle 1 plus angle 2 should be 180-degree. So that means whenever two angles makes an angle 180-degree, then we can say that angle 1 and angle 2 are linear pair. Okay, here angle 1 is adjacent to angle 2. BC and BD are two non-common arms which are opposite to each other. Therefore, angle 1 and angle 2 are linear pair. Now similarly, second one. Here, in angle 1 and angle 2, BC is a common arm. B is a common vertex. So, angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles? Yes. But, bache, here, the non-common arms BD and AB are not opposite to each other, because AB is going upward and BD is going to the different direction. These are not opposite to each other. So we cannot say that angle 1 and angle 2 makes a linear pair. Now we are going to discuss vertical opposite angles. Now this is also a very interesting topic to understand. When two lines intersect, we have two pairs of opposite angles. They are called vertical opposite angles. And one of the most interesting thing about it is they are equal in measures. See, line L and line M are intersecting lines because they cut each other. And here, whenever we are having two intersecting lines, you are having four angles. This angle, that angle, this and that. There are four angles. Okay? Now, what will happen? You can see that angle this. These are opposite angles. Okay? And these are also opposite angles. Now, how many pair of opposite angles are formed? Two pairs of opposite angles are formed in vertical opposite angles. One pair is angle 1 and angle 2, and other pair is angle 3 and angle 4. And bache, these opposite pairs of angles are always equal to each other. So angle 1 is always equal to angle 2, and angle 3 is always equal to angle 4. So what is vertical opposite angle? Whenever you can see that in any question, we have two intersecting lines. But make sure these two must be intersecting lines. And only two. Okay? Then, this angle and this angle. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. And angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Okay? Now, bache, you always got confused between these angles. See, when you are having this is a straight line and this. Now, these are intersecting lines. But bache, you can see that this is a straight line. But this is not a straight line, na? Here you are having two different lines. This is one line and this is the another line. Now you cannot say that these are opposite angles and are equal. Okay, because these are not vertical opposite angles. Because here you are having three lines. One is that, and the other is that. So total there are three lines. But you always want two lines which intersect each other without... See, these two are intersecting line. Okay? I will not take off my pencil when drawing this figure. Okay, so these two are intersecting lines and the opposite pairs are vertical opposite angles. And angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. These are vertical opposite angles. Now exercise 5.1, question number 1. Find the complement of each of the following angle. Now I have already discussed with you the difference between complement and supplement angle. What are complement? When the sum of two numbers is 90 degree. And what are supplement? When the sum of two angles are 180 degree. Okay? Now you have to find the complement of angle 20. Okay? So whenever you have to find the complement, then what will you do? You have that angle 2 plus that other angle. Take that angle x. And the sum of two angles is 90 degree. So your angle x become 90 minus 20. So whenever you have to find the complement, what will you do? You will subtract that 20 from 90 degree and you will get the other angle. And now you can also check that 70 plus 20 is equal to 90 degree. Okay? Now question number 3. This is 57. Find the complement. So what will you do? Subtract 57 from 90 degree. Okay? And then 90 minus 57 become 33. Understand? Now the remaining questions of first questions is your homework. Okay? Try to do it on your own. Now question number 2. Find the supplement of each of the following angle. So now whenever you have to find the supplement, what will you do? Subtract angle 105 from 180 degree, because now you know that whenever you are having supplement, then the sum of angles are 180 na? Now what will you do? Subtract 105 from 180 degree. Then your answer is 75 degree. Now also for checking in mind, what will you do? You will add the two numbers 105 plus 75, which is equal to 180 degree. That means our answer is correct. Now I have also done question number 2. This is 154. Find the supplement of 154. Now again what will we do? We will subtract 154 from 180, which is equal to 26 degree. Now bache, remaining questions are your homework. Thank you.